Good morning, and welcome to Voices Unleashed. My name is Alexandra Babbel, and I'll be your host for this series, in which we delve into voices that have impacted our community. Throughout my career as a professional musician, vocal coach, vocal instructor, and artistic director, I have had the passion for the human voice. The human voice, both singing, speaking, acting, and in other ways. With me today, I am honored to bring to you Nika Louw. Nika Louw, whose voice has resonated far and wide in Kelowna, not just singing, but also acting and in many other ways. Welcome, Nika.
Thanks so much for having me. This is a great honor.
Well, you're my first ever guest. This is our first ever stream. And thank you, Kelowna Now, for giving us this opportunity. So I'd like to ask you a few things about your career as a young singer. And let's start with your little childhood ways. Where did you come from?
So I was actually born in Canada, but I'm a daughter of two immigrants from South Africa. I often wished I was actually born there because I think that would be a lot cooler than saying I was just born in Canada. But I'm really fortunate. I got to grow up in like a multicultural community. I got to learn a second language as I grew up, and I think that really helped me, especially in like singing for opera. We often sing in Latin, Italian, German, and having a second language already just makes it so much easier to pick up other ones. And I just appreciated kind of seeing a different side of the world, even just while growing up in Canada.
So you started with this love for music, and you started to think about maybe wanting to explore your voice. So what did you do right in those early years to develop your voice?
I just tried to sing as much as possible. I grew up in Invermere, quite a small town, and so we didn't have a lot of opportunities for singing. I moved to Kelowna when I was 12, though, and we heard about you, Alexandra, through some family friends, and I'd always wanted to take singing more seriously, and so I went for an audition, and I was lucky enough to get a spot with you, and that summer I got to be in one of the operas. Of course, you're the founder and former artistic director of Opera Kelowna, and that was just an amazing experience as someone wanting to be involved in the arts. It was just, I think, the best summer of my life, probably.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, Nika came into my studio, and her intelligence, her emotional intelligence, musical intelligence, and in every way, made me feel a little intimidated. How am I going to teach this one? Oh, my goodness. I remember one day I said something to Nika about Henry Purcell, the composer, and she said, yes, and do you also know that this and this and this? So she knew more about the composer than I did. So who's teaching who? But that's amazing, yes. And so your voice started in development even almost as a young girl. So the instrument itself was far more youthful, and it takes a lot of care to train a voice that is not fully mature. And I'm concerned a lot about young voices who push too soon. So we held the reins back a bit, but boy, as you matured, your voice just opened up. It was the most amazing experience for me to witness your development, and as turning from a child really into a beautiful young woman, and now an artist in your own right. So you started with this lessons and opera, but then I think you got discovered by an agent.
I did actually. Acting was another thing that I had a passion for, and I didn't really know much about film acting, but coming to Kelowna, there's actually a growing industry for this. Especially a lot of projects like out of Vancouver are filmed here, even out of the States. And so I was signed with Book It Talent. Before that, I believe actually I was with Theresa May and started acting, and I was lucky enough a few years ago to actually go to Texas and film a horror movie, which was an amazing experience. I used my vocal cords a lot there with the screaming. And it was just, it's so fulfilling to just be creative and just to create in general. I really think it's our way of participating in something divine.
That's so good. I remember her coming to her next voice lesson after she filmed, and I said, Nika, what happened to you? She was completely black and blue. Her arms were completely black and blue. And she said, oh, that was just one of the scenes where they tied my hands back, and I think I got really into it. I really got into it. Like, Well, whoa, you are really a devoted actress.
It's more realistic that way.
Yeah, I guess. Whoa, but the hematoma. Woo. So after lots of those, and we also worked on commercials together, and we did a lot of, she would read for me when I was doing some audition, and I would read for her. So we become co-partners in this voice thing. And then, as things went forward, you're also involved in an ensemble. And I'd love you to tell our audience, this is the whole point of today's tip. This is the whole point of today's.
Yeah, the rest you can just disregard all of that. So I'm very honored to be part of KESA, which is an ensemble of, I believe, 12 young women or women from across the Okanagan. And I've been in KESA since 2019, but of course we had a bit of a hiatus due to the pandemic. I wanted to join when I was much younger. Basically, as soon as I came to Kelowna and learned of their existence, I saw the pretty dresses and the beautiful sound. Of course, I was a little young at that point. So I joined when I was about 15 or 16. And this year, KESA is exceptionally privileged because we've been invited to perform at Carnegie Hall in a group of 100 voices under the direction of Dr. Melvin Unger. And we get to sing the Mozart Vespers in Carnegie Hall, which never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined I'd be singing at Carnegie Hall. And it's difficult music, but it's been an amazing journey to learn it so far, and I think it's still sinking in, the fact that we're actually going to be there. And KESA as a group on our own will also perform at St. John the Divine, which I believe is the largest Gothic cathedral in North America.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, so just an incredible opportunity. And as a group, we do classical music, but we also do some more contemporary things, early music, just a selection of favorites of the community, and of course Alexandra's expertise in just picking the most amazing things that I've never even heard of, and truly getting to have this like-minded community that becomes like a family where we sing together and we bond over the music and just get to make beautiful music together.
So this is KESA's 23rd season. It will be our 12th international tour, our 3rd tour to New York, but our first experience on the Carnegie Hall stage. I actually get a little choked up when I say it out loud, Carnegie Hall. It's kind of a big deal. I don't know if anybody realizes that, so I'm just going to say it one more time, Carnegie Hall. I'm so proud of this group. I'm so proud of you, Nika. There's one last little thing that we want to mention about this beautiful young woman, and that is there's a man that noticed. Nika's going to be marrying. Tell us about your fiance.
Well, he's amazing. Even a few years ago, I didn't think I would ever get married because, I didn't really find anyone that I was interested in. I think I have quite a particular personality, and so it's hard to find a match for that. And also, I saw so many broken relationships and just so much brokenness in general in the way that society views marriage and relationships. And I'm really lucky to have found him, and through my faith as well. I'm Christian, and that really helped me see kind of this higher vision of marriage. He's literally just like the male version of me.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. She wears these little vintage outfits, and he looks like a young dandy in his little suits every day. So they're just perfect. So thank you so much for giving me this chance to highlight you, the voice of today's episode, and I'm looking forward to going forward in this beautiful way, exposing and delving into celebrating the voices of our community. As we go forward in this series, you will learn that there are voices that started here who are now internationally acclaimed as singers and actors and more. So I look forward to continuing this series bi-monthly. And thank you, Kelowna Now. And for all of you, keep singing.